Yeah, Movie is in the struggle town for now. We'll see if Jaehoon can take him out on Fighting Spirit. The same league record that we saw earlier. Maybe they've updated those stats. I haven't actually kept an eye on the number. But obviously it's PvP, and so it doesn't really matter. But it is a 4-player map, right? And so that means that much like on Circuit Breaker, you are going to have to do some mental divination to find out where your opponent did spawn. But I'm expecting some more aggressive Dragoon strats from Jaehoon, and I do hope that we see a close game because Movie looks like he might be a little bit tilted after that last loss.
And that's going to take some time as Bermuda is about to take this match away from Movie, which is almost possible now with just one game away. Let's go into that 4th game.
We just wanted to play that music loop a few more times for you guys in case you haven't gotten the exact tune down. If you're not singing it in your sleep, we have more games to play. Here are the players in game number 4. Our blue Protoss player, Jaehoon, in the bottom left, and his opponent is the red Protoss player, Movie, in the bottom right.
Who actually does not get tilted too much on stage. We have seen a lot of comebacks from Movie, not just the PvP, but
well, Movie is the guy that does the tilting to the viewers.
yes.
I hate to recommend, if you're a big fan of movies like Kangaroo Jack, like Troll 2, like the Inspector Gadget movies without Matthew Broderick, if you just really like watching things that make your eyes bleed, go back and watch Movie series in the round of 24 from ASL. It was really difficult to kind of see what Movie was trying to accomplish there because he just takes the weirdest avenue and then just falls over afterwards. Game 1 kind of rekindled a lot of my hope in Movie for this series. And I don't want to, I'm not trying to trash on him. It's just weird to watch. When he comes back, he plays super solid in Game 1. I'm like, yes, this is the Movie we're looking for. You get your money's worth when you sit down to watch that. But the games after that from Bermuda, you can see that Movie is a little bit vulnerable when things don't go stock standard like he expects them to.
Yeah, and it's actually not too bad PvP. You're off onto the same condition situation on the map. Even though you dropped the last game, if you just keep up with the build order a little better compared to what you had last time, I think you can just refresh your mind and just go into the next game. It's just a 1v1 game. Anything you do in game, it's all yours. That's what's best about RTS, what we actually do here.
Yeah, that is true. These are victories of your own making, for sure, especially in PvP when it can be super volatile. I mean, we saw in that last game, Jaehoon just has a couple of extra shots and it wins the 4v4 Dragoon War because of how sneaky he was early on. So let's keep an eye on the early game here and see if Jaehoon wants to, or Bermuda also wants to play that heavy gateway early game strategy.
You can't really do anything crazy until this point, unless you just suddenly go for that crazy zero-lot rush with 2 gateways.
If you throw down a second gate in front of your opponent's probe, you're just like, come at me, bro. Like, I mean, it's right there. It's not really a big secret. I mean, obviously, builds are going to be the same up until now. Range spinning for Bermuda, but he does have a Zealot on the ramp, and because it's on high ground, it gets the first hit. You obviously can't win that fight unless you bring the probe with you. So that's vision denied by Bermuda, so it's going to be a mystery.
Yeah, last time Movie went for the earlier Reaver, and that's why he had the late Nexus. And he couldn't really have the good defensive options because of that, but he didn't really get any value out of that. So if you're going to do that over and over, I think it's actually better to actually turn that around, try to do what your opponent did, at least build a good enough troop, and then make a safe. And then maybe do one more scouting, just in case if you can actually get some chance.
Yeah. Our observer pointing out the big build divergence being that there is no range spinning on Movie's Cybercore. And with that completing here for Bermuda, this is going to be a big difference because now it's going to be kind of the shoe on the other foot, right? Bermuda is going to have the upgrade and will be forced, therefore to do something with it.
So with that upgrade, he has to do a little more with those Dragoons and Movie in the other hand of things. You get the earlier Reaver attack deck which comes through. You can have the shuttle before even that.
Yeah, you got to be super careful with these first 2 Dragoons if you were going to put on pressure or scout with them, because if you take more Dragoon shots from your opponent, obviously you're just going to kind of lose them after that. So definitely have to be careful at the front door. But as far as the build orders are going, that Nexus is insanely fast from Bermuda. That is an irresponsibly fast Nexus. But he can scout that his opponent doesn't have one. So until the units actually push across the map, he's going to be in a good spot.
This is actually what you have to do, unless you're really far back in the game. But as long as you can have some pressure, and with that, just 3 Dragoons, you can have pressure for the opponent, and you can delay those troops actually going all the way to your own base when it's in making.
So because Bermuda denied scouting in his main, that means that Mubi has to put down the observatory. Otherwise, he just straight up dies to DT, and Jaehoon laughs his way all the way to the winner's match. So he puts that down, and that means that maybe the tech is going to be a second or 2 later, and he has a chance to get up the resources, the defenses he needs to defend this insanely fast Nexus.
Bermuda, of course, off to a pretty nice start. He's trying to be very rich within the next few minutes.
Oh yeah.
Unless Mubi actually pulls out his troops all the way into that center. He's getting the observer, and he would know. He would have a very good idea.
Well, this is going to be the saddest observer, especially when Mubi clicks on the mineral patches to see how much has been mined. He's going to be wait a second. This not only does his opponent actually have a Nexus, it's done and has been done for a while.
As observer is getting full scout of the natural going into the main base. Yeah, Mubi just starting his second Nexus with nothing else actually being done around the map.
I mean, eventually Mubi's tech is going to kick in, and that will be his advantage. He'll have to leverage that for this defense, and I think he should be able to. But at the end of the day, he's still defending a Nexus that is so drastically slower than his opponent. And actually, I think Mubi lost his observer on the other side. Did he? No, he couldn't have. I guess he just pulled it back and I didn't pay attention. All right.
Yeah,
Sick.
it's right there in the middle of the screen.
Wow.
Just wait until it recalls in.
That's Bermuda's job.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, so defense is successful. Well, I guess he hasn't really been forced to defend it, but like I said, the faster Nexus for Bermuda is a big deal, and we should see that transition into more units and maybe some extra pressure here in a moment.
Yeah, but within that time, Bermuda did mine so much more. As we have about the same supply count, but watch it just go so much faster and more amount of Reavers and Dragoons coming out from Bermuda, because those gates, for 4 gates from Mubi, they're just being made, and he's low. He's actually having a very poor time right now with just 1 Nexus. Second Nexus just came by.
Well, I mean, for Jaehoon or Bermuda, he is going to be in a good spot because he has those extra resources. But now the economy should even out just a little bit with Mubi being on an extra Nexus as well. So as soon as Bermuda is able to get up observers to make sure that he doesn't die to random DTs, he should be pretty good at this point.
Yeah, but he lost in the build big time, and unless he does something.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Okay. Zella has anger management issues. We're going to have to watch out for that guy. He's the Jack Nicholson on the plane. I'm waiting for the big realization for Mubi when he finally has to make something happen at this point. And it is going to be DT tech, but
drop.
I mean, there's observers out, and there's Dragoons waiting for this specifically. There's a pylon scouting out the path the shuttle has to go.
I think there should be just 1 observer out by this time, or does he even have? Because I saw the facility going up really late for Bermuda.
He has an observer right over the natural, I believe.
And he has a lot of Dragoons behind the mine.
Look at those Dragoons. He's rock solid for this one.
Shuttle.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zealot's dropped out. More on the high ground. Sorry, shuttle. Even if you do drop off your payload, there's an observer literally right there.
Or he doesn't.
Wait, what?
He actually doesn't, because he's got a Reaver shuttle, and late facility basically means no observer right now.
I swear. Oh my god. Okay, well, how do you prepare specifically to counter this? I guess he was trying to snipe the shuttle.
Yeah, I think you will try to attack your own probe or something with the Reaver, and then try to get the splash damage onto the dart. Okay, he's making one right now.
There we go.
Okay.
I think this is still a successful defense. Obviously, it sucks to take a little bit of damage here, but this is tech your opponent has invested a lot in, so you did stop it. And he did kill the shuttle too, so I mean that's a little bit of a bonus. Still way more successful than I think it should have been there with so many units positioned to stop that shuttle.
Because Bermuda had some idea, Movie is not really doing anything. He's not having Reaver drop, so it must be DTs. He had very good position of those Dragoons that already placed.
Yeah. But now look at Jaehoon. He's moving up to try to stop this. Uh-oh. Has less. He's going to lose actually a Dragoon here. Ooh, that one hurts. But he's also pressuring the front at the same time. Although Movie is still making use of this DT tech. We'll see how effective that is. A couple of nice Scarabs actually hit those Reavers, which were not being microed at the entrance to the natural. What is going on here? I'm trying to get my brain through the decision-making process. Oh, no. I mean, Movie could always just end this game with DTs.
There's no server around here.
I don't know, my dude.
Okay, just comes just in time.
Wow, this is only going to get 2 probes. That's pretty remarkable. Oh, no! Wait, what? What is that doing there?
Oh, that's got 10 kills and even more.
GG! Wow, it sucks to be a probe in that mineral line.
Well,
how did that even happen?
Well, compared to that DT.
Okay.
Because Bermuda's got so much better of a unit control around the map.
Yeah.
And now his pressure, he's got a lot more mind. So he has a lot more room to actually spend another shuttle, another Reaver. He had that late observer what just came just in time for that DT, but he didn't take too much damage. So Bermuda still got a good control, even more with those probes killed right now.
How is this DT still in there? He sent the observer up to literally scout and... oh my god. Well, I guess he's not getting notified about it, so...
There's some damage now, though. Okay, he's got that vision.
All right. Thank goodness.
There was at least like 5-6 probes killed, right?
Yeah, Movie's gotten way more damage done with that. And if he catches these Dragoons out on the map, this could actually just end the game for him. If he's able to kill enough of these before they can back up, and I guess he won't really, but still, every Dragoon that dies right here is one that could help Bermuda defend.
About the same number. It may just come down to if you have some DTs or Archons, because Movie's certainly trying to do something like game number 1, where he just brings out an army of Dragoons. Dragoons with Archons and then just push out. But Bermuda still got this game in his hands right now.
That is true, G-Clef. I would say that it is now a smaller advantage for Bermuda than the one that he started with the crazy early Nexus. But Movie's going to force the issue here with these Archons. And anytime that you make a move like this, you bear the responsibility of it not working out and you losing the game off of it. So I want to trust Movie in his judgment call here. But, you know, this is where I pull out the casterism and say we're going to have to see. Because it is down to the execution. He is putting the game in his hands, and it's going to, I mean, hopefully do something with that. I think he's just waiting for a couple more Archons to come through before he decides to go for it.
Yeah, even in the first game, Bermuda actually had pretty nice setup, but he just lost all of his Reavers in the first second.
Yeah.
And that was certainly not going for him. But if he has the other way this time, and Archons take a lot of shots in the front.
Yeah, they are big body blockers up there in the front, can really disrupt kind of the flow, especially if you try to run Zealots in.
Oh, yes, no EMPs in this game. Archons will be very strong.
For sure. I mean, you could get like feedback from a Dark Archon.
Yeah, which is only for against the Templars, I guess.
I mean, if he was going for Storm, obviously that might be a bigger idea if you want to see Storm drops and make that your way to come back in the game. But I mean, we're just seeing Archons, so there's no Storm coming through from that. But I'm really excited to watch Movies play because he's going to go in from one angle, force Jaehoon or Bermuda to pull his army one direction, and then backstab or surround or flank from the other.
I think Movie has a little more army. Let's see. Archon's going in, diving from both sides.
Did he actually get Storm? Yeah, he did. Wow. So he was able to. So Bermuda went Storm, Movie went Archons. Which tech is correct?
It's only half on the other side. The main one is the left side, so it's getting all pushed back. Zealot's doing nothing. All the Dragons melt down before they actually even fight.
Wow. Abysmal control there by Bermuda.
From both sides.
He just leaves his army behind, but you are correct, G-Clef. There was errors, forced or unforced, by both players. It just looks like Bermuda's was way more egregious. And now, I think Movie just A-movies.
But he still pushes in. He's still got that Archon and a lot more backup units coming. Here comes the Zealots, and they're going to push all the way into the base. I think Bermuda has a lot in making. They will just come in time. Let's see how the defense goes.
Nope, that's it. GG. Bermuda taps out. Movie takes game number 4 to send us to our second ace match of the day.
Well, it's going to be the final one. We come down to the 10 games. It's always like this. When I had my first cast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're breaking you in, G-Clef, so of course, be nice to G-Clef on his first day casting. It's great to have you here, and it's great to see so many games, such a good series. Bermuda, yeah, he's got to kind of wipe some sweat off of his sweat-tossed brow because he was in a great spot after that early Nexus, but he took DT damage that maybe he shouldn't have because he should have been prepared for it. But more confusing was his control in that last fight. He just AFK'd half his army.
Certainly, I am... Okay, now I'm nowhere close to these players' pros level, but that last fight had some mistakes in both players, but we're going to take that short break. We'll be back with the final game.